First off, I got to apologize. I know I don't have all of my correct stuff going on right now. I don't have my background. I'll be doing it from the chair, which is the next best place. Easily my best purchase ever. Now, I really want to make clear about something I'm going to talk about. It's Tyree Gillespie for the Las Vegas Raiders, a safety that I think could make some noise in year two with the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, I think there's a couple things you got to consider here. We have touched ad nauseum about the different things going on with this Las Vegas Raiders defense in terms of all the different talent you have on that defensive side of the football. Clearly, you've got your defensive ends in Max Crosby and a guy like Chandler Jones that are going to bring it from the edge. But what about the secondary? What about the secondary? That's the biggest question moving forward. And I think Tyree Gillespie could help answer that question. Again, primarily a safety used for the Raiders, but a guy that was a 3-year starter at Mizzou. And I think you like what you see. You see a guy that, doesn't seem to be around the football a whole lot, but, that's not necessarily a big red flag. We've seen NFL players that have been able to come out in the NFL and find ways to get to the football. And plus, I think you also see a guy that can get to the quarterback. He only had a couple of sacks, but, I think he's kind of a gadget player. He reminds me a little bit of Antoine Winfield, not necessarily in size, but the way, if you watch him play, he's not afraid to hit. I think he's got pretty good coverage ability, and I think he could make some noise for the Raiders if they are willing to give him a shot. Now, the question is, where do you want to give him a shot? I think, well, you got to look at your corner room, and I think that's something you have to take a serious look at in the future. But for now, I think he's in a spot where if you are going to put him in anywhere, I think you have to put him in wherever you have a need. Again, whether that's a nickel corner, it's not going to be a nickel corner, but it's going to be, probably if I'm thinking about this right, it's probably going to be in a place where you want to be able to find your biggest weakness. You've got guys on both sides like Rock Ya-Sin. I'm wondering if a guy to the degree of like Trayvon Mullen Jr. will live up to his potential. Tyree Gillespie could be that guy that steps in at any time. I'm really excited for a guy like Tyree Gillespie, and I think he deserves a shot no matter what to be able to get that done. So at the end of the day, this is a really young corner room. This is a really young, just defense all around. If you take a look at it, obviously there's a couple of veterans, but for the vast majority of everything, this is a pretty young defensive team, especially on the edges and in particularly in the secondary. So again, I think it does come down to all the different things you want to see in terms of this defense. You've got weapons, you've got guys that can step up and do a lot of different things. So yeah, you got guys like Rock Ya-Sin, Jonathan Abram, Trayvon Morig, Tyree Gillespie. Those guys, I'm excited. I think this last draft, that organization, or excuse me, the Raiders did a great job of finding guys. I mean, you talk about Trayvon Morig, you talk about guys like Divine Diablo that came in, two guys that really came in and really did something. Nate Hobbs, another name, clearly one of the better slot corners in the NFL. So 3 guys that you found on last year's draft that immediately contributed for you. I think Tyree Gillespie could be number 4. But let us know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. Let us know what you guys think about doing the video from the chair. But at the end of the day, make sure you guys like and subscribe, all that good jazz. Let us know what you guys think about Tyree Gillespie deserving a shot with the Las Vegas Raiders defense.